Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am excited to have you here today for another pick a card reading featuring the new cards that I just picked up the other day. If you're interested in seeing the video where I go through all the decks and I show you the haul and everything, I'm going to put a card right here in the video and then also in the description box down below. Be sure to check out that video actually because I am doing a giveaway. I'm giving away 5 free personal readings by the time that we hit 1,000 subscribers. So currently we're at around 600. So go check out that video, follow the instructions, and get yourself signed up so that by the time you see this channel hit 1K, then on Instagram and on YouTube, I will be announcing the winners. So, without further ado, this reading is going to be answering the question, do they miss me? So, we have 3 piles here with us today. The first pile features a beautiful rose quartz arrowhead. The second pile features a beautiful Sputnik stone. And finally, the third pile features a beautiful purple, I think it's called Mukate stone. So yeah, those are the 3 piles. Check out the description down below and then also the first comment where I've got it pinned, the timestamps for each of the piles, and we will jump right into the reading. Okay. Welcome to your reading group number 1. I'm happy to have you here. You chose the pile with the rose quartz arrowhead. So let's take a look first at the oracle cards. So we have Valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Broken Ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Okay, so I'm seeing here that there is the likelihood that the two of you were in a relationship before. And so now we have fickleness and self-worth. And then our tarot cards are the 8 of Swords, the Hierophant, Strength, and the 3 of Pentacles. So kind of first impressions here, group number 1, I'm getting the sense that the individual here that you have chosen this group for, I think they do miss you to some extent, especially, since we're seeing that you guys were in a relationship in the past, parting of the ways in either romance or business, and then deep personal strength and peace that assure success. Sorry, my dog is drinking water in the background. I'm getting the impression that they do miss you because we have strength both here. And it's as if they miss you, but they don't want to let you know that they miss you, that they're purposefully trying to push on, again here with the 3 of Pentacles, and not let you on thinking that, they do miss you, they would like to have you back in some sense. So let's take a look here. We have fickleness paired with the 8 of Swords and strength. Now, I think fickleness means like pettiness or, some kind of immature, I'm getting some kind of even just with just the feeling that I'm getting with this card in general is some kind of child elementary level, teasing kind of na kind of energy, if you know what I mean. And then there's the 8 of Swords and strength. So for me, what's going on here is these are both 8s, and so this is showing to me that there is strong energy here with this person trying to ignore the fact that they still have feelings for you and that they do miss you. Especially here with the 8 of Swords with the blindfold and the forced wrappings around them, tying them down. They're forcibly trying to push down these feelings deep down inside because they don't want to let on that they do miss you so much. So now over here we have the self-worth, Hierophant, and 3 of Pentacles. So I'm seeing here, group number one, that the person that you are thinking about when you chose this reading, they're throwing themselves into their work. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. The Pentacles is represents the element of earth. It represents finances, careers, like physical labor, trade work. And again, with self-worth, for me, this is telling me that they've been throwing themselves into their work because they need to get a sense of, they need to establish again for themselves their own sense of self-worth. I think for them, they were feeling like in this relationship that you were in, because we do have the broken ring, so parting the ways in romance, they are working on developing their sense of self. They're working on mastering their sense of self and mastering, you know, the person that they want to become. I think that they did have marriage on the mind here with the Hierophant. They could also be someone who values traditions, traditional etiquette. You know, they could have that kind of a sense about them. I'm getting the impression that they seem to be, you know, like a very grounded individual and a bit more like on the safe side, so to say, and that you probably challenge this person by introducing a new way of thinking, a new way of viewing the world, some kind of new perspective is what you gave to this person. And, you know, even though they do miss you so deeply, I think that that's causing some kind of inner turmoil is the word, some kind of inner existential thought process, you know, making them think about how you have impacted their life and basically how your presence in their life is causing them to evolve, you know, kind of forcibly, like without them. They're actively pushing against this evolution, but they can't help it. You know, they can't help the fact that you've impacted them so much on their life. And, you know, I think that plays a giant role as to why they miss you so much, is because you represented so much more than just a romantic relationship to them. You represented, you know, their polar opposite, and you showed them an entirely different way of seeing the world and an entirely different way of living. And now that there's been some kind of disagreement between the two of you, now that you have been separated, you know, that impact is still there. That effectiveness is still there. So it's making me want to pull a card, actually, to find out, you know, when will they return? When will they, when will they come back into your lives? You know, since it's clear here that there's no contact between the two of you, and we are answering the question, do they miss you? So let's go ahead and pull a month card so we can get an idea on when the two of you will probably be in contact again next. Okay, so we have September. So September of this year, I think the two of you will spark up conversation again. I don't know if it's going to be, you know, jumping right back into a relationship. Let me pull a card and find out what will happen for the people in group number one in relationship to the person they are asking about. So we have the Page of Cups, and it's in reverse. So the Page of Cups in the upright is usually a card of, you know, a weak proposal of romantic interest. And because it's in the reverse, I think what's going to happen is that the two of you will work towards building a friendship again, with the possibility of there being a romance. But right now it doesn't look like that is something that the person that you have been asking about is interested in pursuing at this moment in time. I think for them, you have impacted them in such a wonderful way that they're grateful for, you know, the opportunity that they've had to, you know, have you in their life. But it's more important for them right now to be working on their own sense of self-worth and to be building up their self-mastery and focusing on their career right now rather than trying to focus on, rebuilding a relationship. So yeah, so I hope that this reading was insightful for you, group number 1. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in seeing more pick-a-card readings from me, I left some of the most popular ones in the description box down below. Or if you're interested in purchasing a personal reading, the information is also there. Welcome, group number 2, to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. You chose the group with the Sputnik crystal. So let's take a look at the oracle cards for this reading. So we have Tent, temporary situation, Cracked Cup, dissatisfaction with life. So already I'm getting a sense that they do miss you and they do want to reach out to you again. They do want to develop contact again. We have companionship and wish. So definitely the two of you are more than just romantic partners. The two of you are deep friends. Actually, this could be interpreted as either just a friendship or a romantic relationship, but regardless, I'm sensing a really big I'm getting a really big hint that this is a friendship first, like the foundation of this relationship was friendship. However, the person that is no longer in your life at this moment, they're struggling right now with dealing with their own satisfaction in their own life. We have Cracked Cup here, and then also temporary situation. So I think for them, they want to continue this companionship. I think that whatever situation that's going on here that caused the two of you to be separated, I'm getting the sense that it's, really trivial, kind of like a silly argument that led the two of you to just decide to, scuffle off. But I don't believe it's going to be forever, especially here we have the wish card. So I think that this person has the intention or has the wish of wanting to develop a relationship again, wanting to, reconcile and move on. So let's take a look at the tarot cards. We have the 6 of Pentacles, the Moon in reverse, the Moon in reverse again, wow, and the 4 of Pentacles. So this is giving me major new moon, full moon vibes. So this disagreement, I'm filming this in the month of May. So currently we actually are having our new moon in Taurus today, this afternoon in the Pacific Standard Time. And then on the 18th of May, there will be a full moon. I forget in what sign though, possibly also in Taurus, I can't remember. Anyway, this disagreement, this argument has a great deal to do with the fact that we're going through this change and this lunar shift. And I think that you're going to start to see some changes once you hit a full moon or a new moon. So if you're watching this at a different time from, the time in this filming, then just look up in your calendar when is the next new or full moon, and that can give you an idea on when you might be able to hear from this person again. Another thing that I'm picking up from this is that we have both earth signs and water signs. So this person, well, the moons are Piscean cards, so this could be a Pisces that you're dealing with, which could explain this kind of wishy-washy disagreement, but yet wish to come back together. It's in this friendship that the two of you share, it almost seems as if like you might be the earth sign and this person might be the water sign. And I think the disagreement had something to do with, that difference in view on the world is that, the earth sign is much more materialistic or grounded in their ways of thinking, whereas the water sign uses their emotions and goes with the flow and, isn't as scheduled, as I don't want to say strict, as slow moving as the earth sign. So let's take a look at the cards all together, right? We've got the Wish card with the Six of Pentacles and then the Moon in reverse. So there is still a great deal of friendship here. There is still a huge wish for this person to come back into your life and to, you know, share the abundance, to share life again, to be in balance, be in equilibrium once again. Just right now isn't a good time for them, particularly because they're being affected by the changes in the moon. And so, you know, they could be going through a period of depression. They could be dealing with anxiety. They could be dealing with some kind of mental fluctuation that, unfortunately, what I'm getting is that you were unfortunately caught in the crossfire, and that this argument had really nothing to do with, you know, anything that you did or anything that you said. It was just they needed this space to retreat and come back when they're feeling more like themselves again. So now we have companionship with, again, the Moon in reverse and then the Four of Pentacles. So this person is holding on to what they currently have. They're kind of holding a little bit of a grudge. They're not budging. They're not sitting. They're not moving forward. And again, this just has to do with this phase of the month, this lunar cycle, is that they're struggling with their emotions, and it's important for them to retreat, to have their own space so that they can come back to a place where they want to have companionship. I think that right now what they're struggling with too, more than anything, is they are having difficulty voicing their concerns. They're having difficulty expressing exactly what it is that is frustrating or what is, you know, vexing them. And again, like for me, this is reinforced with the Cracked Cup, dissatisfaction with life. This makes me think depression, anxiety, you know, some kind of mental fluctuation that has nothing to do with you, that is, for them, this is something that is part of their cycle that they have to deal with. It is a temporary situation that will subside shortly here. So I decided in the moment for group number one that I wanted to pull a month card. So we have months of the year here. And this was to be able to show us, you know, when things will reignite between the two of you again. So this card, February, just popped out. So at the time of this filming, we are in the month of May. So this will mean that there will be a reignition of a relationship between the two of you in February of 2020. Hopefully sooner, but that's the card that flew out, as you saw. So let's just pull a clarifier really fast. Okay. So Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. So a lot of hard work, looking inward, buckling down, you know, trying to balance themselves between two different horses, because the Seven is the card for the Chariot in the Major Arcana. So it's about balance. It's about sowing the seeds and then tilling the soil and allowing it time to grow. You know, you've put in the time and the dedication and the effort and the love that's required for this relationship to flourish. They do wish to have a relationship again, and it will come in time. I think that for the both of you, there's just kind of some maturing that needs to be done, but also a space apart will be really beneficial to both of you, because it will give both of you the opportunity to, you know, relax, get into a place where maybe this person is going to be able to express themselves emotionally and, you know, find those words. And being in that earth energy will really benefit them, because water signs do tend to have a lot of difficulty putting their emotions into words, because they are the type of individual that just goes with the flow and goes from one opportunity, one event to the next. So don't give it too much thought, group 2, and just have confidence that this person will come back again. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please make sure to let me know in the comments below, and also like, comment, and subscribe, or like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit that notification bell too, so then you'll get notified each time I post a new pick a card reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, I am so grateful to all of the individuals that have donated to the channel and also who have booked personal readings. If you are interested to learn a little bit more about this particular situation, or even if you have other questions you would like to dive into, you can do so. I put all the information in the description box down below. So thank you for joining me. Welcome, group number 3. This is your reading. So you chose the beautiful purple Mookate, I believe that's what it's called. And so let's jump right in with the oracle cards. So you have Rooster, an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Okay, and then Camel, persevere, and you will overcome problems. Okay, and then we have Fortuity and Laughter. So, I'm getting some interesting vibes from these cards. Unfortunately, group number 3, I'm not picking up that this person misses you. They seem to be an individual who has a lot of personal problems and likes to take it out on other people by making them feel like they're less than them, like this person is above others, like they're above anybody that crosses their path, which is just really unfortunate. And for me, it's usually a sign of deep, severe insecurity. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So let's take a look at the tarot cards. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Chariot in reverse, the Sun in reverse, and then the Ace of Swords. So, yeah, I'm so sorry, group number 3, but like, especially with this Sun in reverse, it's almost as if this person kind of, played you, but like it's as if they seemed a little too good to be true when the two of you first met. And now that they've been showing their true colors, and now that you were separated, I honestly think that this is for the better. Like, I'm not getting really any real impression that they, are trying their best to make sure that you do well in life. Like, they just seem to be taking what they want and then moving on. Like, they're kind of a psychic vampire. They're a bit of an energy vampire, where because of their own unhappiness in their own situations in life, like they're just taking advantage of other people and chewing them up and spitting them back out, and that's really unfortunate. Okay, so Fortuity, looking here, like there's a bunch of 4-leaf clovers, we have a horseshoe. So even though this relationship absolutely sucked and this person is totally a jerk, I think that like there's some good karma coming your way, and like, if anything, karma's a bitch, and they'll get what's coming to them at some point. But this is the card that I get for you, group number 3, is that you're the King of Pentacles. You're an individual who is very secure and at peace with yourself, your life, and you don't need this person to have success in life. You possess the sun in your own. You possess luck and good karma on your own. And I think it's honestly the best thing ever that this person is no longer in your life, because they just seem like a giant time suck and, you know, like a giant waste of time. And I mean, unfortunately, they don't seem to be missing you, and I think that that's great. So, okay, and then we have Laughter with the Chariot in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. And so these are the cards that I'm getting for them, is that they just have no interest whatsoever in taking any kind of constructive criticism and taking any kind of help that'll like help them improve and grow in life. They just want to stay stuck, and I think that's because it's out of insecurity. It's out of immaturity. And so the Laughter thing, like this is giving me, like with group number 1, I was saying that I was getting like elementary school vibes, but for this, it's like in group number 1, they were acting that way because they were putting up a front, right? But whereas this, like, they just don't know any other way to be. This is just who they are, because they've been so frustrated and so like perseverant with the way in which they live their life that they don't accept any kind of help or criticism that could help them move forward in life. And that's why we have the Chariot in the reverse. Like, they're just stuck in a constant karmic cycle of just crap happening to them all the time. And, you know, they put up a really good front and they make it feel like, you know, like they don't care, and they don't even like people anyway, and they just want to stay alone all forever and whatever. And they don't even give the opportunity for other people to give them insight, which is what the Ace of Swords represents. It's a message of clarity, a message of insight, knowledge that, you know, would help this person grow intellectually, and they just want nothing to do with it. And so honestly, I think that's really unfortunate for them, but, you know, better off for you, because this is a person that you do not want to come across again. And unfortunately, they don't seem to be wanting to come across you again, because they seem to have gotten what they wanted out of this. And, you know, I hope for you that you're able to learn the lessons from this relationship and move on and understand, you know, what you want and what you don't want in relationships for you in the future, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, any kind of relationship with like a family member or something like that, etc. So, yeah. So I've been pulling months of the year for the next 2 groups, and this is to ask the question on when you'll probably hear from this person next. I mean, I hope that you don't have to hear from this person again, because I really hope that you don't come across them again, but you never know. Like, it might be nice to hear how they're doing down the road and stuff like that. So let's see what we have. My mom's in the background. We're getting ready to get on a plane. March. Okay, so March of next year. So at the time of filming this, I'm filming in May of 2019. So whenever you're watching, it's whenever March comes for you next, whether it's, you know, in the next month or in the next year. So for us, it's going to be March of 2020. Let me go ahead and pull a clarifier card. Good. Well, that's interesting. So we have the 10 of Cups, which is like the abundance, happiness, family card. I think what's going to happen is that this person will eventually learn the error of their ways and potentially try to find some kind of reconciliation with you. I think no matter what, you're going to be great. Like, you're going to be on cloud 9. You're going to have all of this success, and you don't really need this person bringing you down. So if they do come into your life again, be careful, because you don't want them to, you know, fall back into the same habits that they've had with you before in the past, and potentially take advantage of you. So just be wary of that, group number 3. And otherwise, I think that this was a very interesting reading. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please make sure to comment and like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in a personal reading, maybe if you want to learn more about this particular situation, or if you have other cards, I am so grateful to all of the people that have donated to the channel and also have booked personal readings. So I know that you will be happy with a personal reading of your own, and I would just be forever grateful to have the opportunity to read your cards. So that's it for you, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.